Can you guys hear me okay? Good? Good.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
We're all good. Good.
So are you guys going to start with the question, or just I'm going to
Well,
kick
if
it
you could
off?
start with your first and last name and your title and spell your name for us, that would be great.
Okay. Sierra Warren, Ciara Warren, Warren. I'm the Environmental Health Manager with the Louisville Department of Public Health and Wellness.
What's going on here today?
So we have just released a new open data portal for the public. They can now view swimming pool and spa inspection scores, and it's open for all of the public to use, and it's for all 500 public swimming pools in Jefferson County.
What's the significance of having a portal for people to look at?
Just so they can, they can look at the scores of the pools that they frequent. They can see how they're doing, make sure that where they're going is safe, and protect their health.
So what do you deem as the pool being safe? And what are you out there doing with these pools?
So during our regular inspection, we check all safety equipment, facility maintenance, water quality, and filtration, and just general maintenance of the facility.
How do you rate these pools? You said, rated. Is it on a number scale, or how does the rating work?
Yes, it's the state regulation. They have a inspection report, and it's broken down into a few categories, and each violation are weighted due to if they're a critical violation or not. And then they're pass, fail, and if they have a critical violation, they must be corrected.
So it's just a pass fail.
They do get a score,
Okay.
a number score, not a letter score like food inspections, but a number score.
And what does that range? How do you rate from lowest to highest?
100's perfect. Anything below 86 is a fail.
Why do this?
To protect the public, make sure they're swimming in a safe pool. We don't want any accidents, and we don't want folks getting recreation. And NEHA, so it's brand new. It's just us, Louisville, and one other jurisdiction in the country that have done this.
See, go back to what is being tested.
During the inspection,
No. Pools. You said public, but this is like a private.
so this is a public. Yep.
Define.
Yep. So public pool is hotels, condos, apartments, private sports clubs, all of those things. So we do everything except like a backyard residential pool.
You said also spas.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It's hot tubs or therapy pools.
So all hotels.
Yes.
And how often are they inspected?
They get a full inspection twice a year. We collect water samples every week, and so we're out here quite frequently.
So what exactly are you testing for? What are the things you're looking for in the pool that would determine if a fail?
Well,
Or a pass?
automatic failure is if they don't have any disinfectant in the pool. So that's our most critical item. And then as well as critical safety violations. A number of things. If the filtration system isn't working, things like that, those are criticals and are automatic closures.
And what's the process? You guys just dip something in the water and send it to a lab? Or what's the process like?
So we take a water sample once a week, and our health department lab runs that. And then we have a chemical test kit that the inspectors use to test every time they're out here, all the bromine, chlorine levels, pH, everything like that.
So from
Go ahead.
the public's point of view, looking at this new tool, what can they glean from it? What are they looking for, good and bad? What can they decide?
Well, I guess they can, see how well the facility scores. They can see what kind of critical violations they have. And I guess I can see if they feel comfortable swimming there or not.
What are the red flags?
Multiple closures of a facility for critical safety violations.
How do they judge the score then? I mean,
So the portal shows the score, and it also shows violations they've been deducted for.
But I mean, it's like a threshold. I should say, like 90, 80, 99. What should the public be kind of watching out for?
I think it's more so what violations they're being marked for, and then anything obviously below an 86 is a failure.
So you're not always going to have Bill Murray seeing the chocolate bobbing in the pool. So what is this kind of testing for feces as well, that kind of thing?
Yes, when we take the weekly water sample, our lab tests for crypto and E. coli.
So I'm totally ignorant to this. I mean, like COVID and things like that. Is there something that monitors whether you can get that? Like, well, I don't know. You can get it before.
You say COVID?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't test the swimming pools for that. And I don't know that anybody has started doing that since COVID. That'd be something we'd have to look into.
Well, the water company tests for COVID.
Yeah, through
water,
wastewater,
not
not
on a general
pools.
basis.
Yeah.
How often will the portal be updated and is it just available on the Public Health Wellness website?
I believe it's at least once a week. Yeah. And then it's available for everybody. What was the rest of the question, sorry?
Is it just available on the website?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Yes.
And can you talk about some of those outbreaks that are linked to recreational water?
So luckily, in Jefferson County, we have not had any confirmed cases. We've had about 11 or so reported illnesses with folks that had been swimming in a public pool, but nothing confirmed over the past 5 years.
What kind of illnesses are we talking about that you're referring to?
Well, so we would go out and do inspections for things like Legionella or Cryptosporidium, but we don't have any. Luckily, we don't have any confirmed by a medical doctor cases here in Jefferson County.
If a pool is properly has proper chemicals in it, should you have to worry about these diseases, bacteria?
No, you should not. But
That's up to
that's up to the facility to make sure that they're properly taking care of their swimming pool and making sure the disinfectant level is always where it should be.
What kind of consequences are met by the people who have pools that don't meet the inspections? Is there a fine process in place?
No, but our inspectors can close the facility on site for a number of critical violations. And then they'll remain closed until those are corrected and we come out and verify that they can reopen.
About the technology of the website and stuff, is there an app? Do you get warnings, or is it just go to the website?
Just go to the website and you can look it up, by whatever facility you're interested in looking at.
And what is the website?
What is it?
What is the website?
So it's is it on our open data portal?
Yeah, and I have a press release we'll be sending out around 11:30 and it has all the links, like directly listed on the link.
How much of this is on the honor system on the parts of the pool operators to keep their facilities clean, and how often are you inspecting?
So they get 2 full inspections a year. Like I said, we have summer workers that come out once a week, and during the rest of the year, our inspectors are out once a week to collect water samples and check the water quality of the pool.
And I'm guessing this is like a random test. They don't know you're coming, right?
Correct. Yep, unannounced.
what penalties do they face for a failure?
Well,
If they don't comply, I mean, how does that process? How far does it go?
the pool has to remain closed, so they can't have anybody in here swimming until they are cleared to reopen by the health department.
So there's not necessarily fines.
No,
It's either you're open or you're closed.
correct.
Anything else you want to add? Anything to ask?
I don't think so.
Yeah, can you talk about how sick like certain bacteria can make people and some of the warning signs and symptoms that people should look out for?
So Cryptosporidium can be chlorine resistant, and it can make you very sick. You'll have symptoms like diarrhea, upset stomach, other gastrointestinal symptoms, and it's really important for the facility to make sure that their disinfectant level is always in range. So if it dips below or you have none, crypto can grow, and it's really hard to get rid of it in your swimming pool.
What are some of the ways you can get rid of it? Would it require emptying the pool and cleansing it? Or?
That is one way. Otherwise, you can shock your pool up to over 20 parts per million chlorine, bromine, and then you have to let it sit for quite a number of hours to kill it.
Does chlorine kill almost everything that you're worried about?
Yes.
And Sierra, too, can you talk about how we test water parks and other facilities besides pools and spas?
Yeah, so our inspector also goes out to, we have Kentucky Kingdom here in Louisville. We're out every week collecting samples from all of their rides, slides, all their big wave pools. They get inspected just the same as any other pool in Jefferson County.
So it's twice a year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in between those testing times, is there time for that bacteria to develop, or is that is it set as twice a year because that will ensure that in between the tests that the pool will be safe that entire time?
So we do collect the water sample, weekly, so we can keep a close eye to make sure that they're, maintaining compliance. And then the full inspection is just much more thorough, looking at their equipment in the pump room and other safety items. So.
You're testing weekly, as long as the place is open. So
Correct.
Kentucky Kingdom has their off-season hours.
Correct.
I'm sure this pool is open more often. So as long as that pool is open to the public, it's being tested weekly.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do a demonstration?
Yeah.
Great job.
Was anybody else speaking at all, or is that okay?
No, she's going to do a demonstration. I don't know if you want to mic her up and she can kind of talk you through what they look for and how they go about doing inspection.
No, I don't need it. I think
I will do it with you. I'm always big on demonstrations. Where you want to do it? Right here?
Let's go down.
Okay. All right, now we're going to move to the demonstration portion of the fun. We've gotten all of the nasty information about all of the things that you can get when you get into a swimming pool, which is disgusting. But that's why the health department exists, and that's why they're going to be helping us out to understand exactly what it is. And you've got somebody's mic on you right now, so let's take off whoever's mic that
That's
is.
our health department. That's
Okay.
fine.
Oh, you want to leave it on then?
No,
Okay.
that's fine.
I'll just put it on down there. Okay. They're just going to get B-roll of you while we're doing this.
Okay.
Okay. You got room?
You can stick like this right there. It's perfect.
All right. So we are at the testing point.
So do you want me to explain?
Tell me what you're doing.
Okay.
What you're using, how you're doing it.
So this is what our inspectors use. So first thing we test for is their chlorine or bromine in the pool. So.
What are the chemicals that you're using right now?
So this one is to test the chlorine in the pool. So if it turns pink, that shows that they have disinfectant in the pool.
Perfect.
And then we do our drops. Perfect.
Good.
Right in range.
Good outcome.
Yes. And then the next one is testing the pH of the pool.
And what is pH? Explain that to us.
So pH helps balance. It's very important to help balance your chlorine. You don't want your pool to be too acidic or too basic. Things there. So, and then we tested on the scale, the sliding scale. So they're in range. So you can. The range is 7.2 to 7.8. So they're in range there.
Can you point that towards them for a minute? Just turn it around.
This?
Turn it around so they can get a shot.
Oh.
Yeah. There
Yes.
You go.
Yes. So. And then the last thing we test for routinely is the alkalinity of the pool.
Alkalinity versus acidity, right?
Yes.
And you want pool water to be more alkaline or more acidic?
Alkaline.
Okay. What's the magic color here?
Green. So it starts green and then it goes to go pink. Bright pink. So they're perfect on all of their chemicals today.
Good.
Yes.
Good job, Omni. Well done.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and then you just dump all of it back
Yep.
in there and it all takes care of itself.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your diligence. Appreciate it. Thanks for the explanation.
You're welcome.
It's always something that people like to know.
Yeah.
And they can get pool testing kits and test their own pools at home.
Yes.
It's the same equipment.
Correct.
So anybody who's got a pool is probably going to already know that, but that's good to remind.
I hope they test it.
Yeah, it's important because you have kids come over to your house and they can get sick too. So
Yes.
it's important to keep this testing going. And it took all of 3 minutes.
Not even.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Okay, you guys. Well, this is a public pool because it's used, and I know that there are some hotels in town that actually allow you to come and have day passes and hang out. I'm pretty sure this might be one of them. So, be aware of the fact that pool testing is really important both personally and in professional situations where you're using a public waterway like this. And know that the health department is on it, getting out there and doing all the pool water testing across the city.